Okay. Oh, that's right. Let's see here. I have the thumbnail here. Is Anunnaki. I don't know why that looks familiar. Like I've seen that before. Anyway, maybe I just shifted the timeline. That can also be Syrians, and I'm not going to channel Anunnaki. Kind of give them a break, but Orion energies can be that easily too, but also Sirius. So kind of gives you. So one thing about doing this type of stuff kind of gives you some alien vibes. Oh, she has like an eye on her forehead there. Not necessarily a negative energy, so it's kind of fascinating. Egyptian Anunnaki definitely have connections to Egyptian. But that's like Syrians with a Anunnaki influence, or because obviously these civilizations conquer each other. So, and Orion just take kind of, I guess, similar to like the Romans. They conquer and just steal ideas. So like the Orions would like conquer a Anunnaki race and now start dressing up like that Anunnaki and something similar to that. So we don't have to worry about monetization on my channel because they rejected me. I wonder why. Well, but they call it like harassment, but there's no whatever. It's so full of shit. Yeah, brought to you by the CIA. Sure. I mean, obviously, it's not advertiser friendly. It's some whatever. They're so full of themselves. Who cares? And it's better off. No one wants to watch that crap anyway. And the channel's in good standing, so that's what matters, really. And that they're not going to just hit the delete button. I don't cause any. I mean, I'm so shadow banned anyway, so I'm not causing public outrage, at least not at the moment. The Orion energies, obviously manipulating our reality. There's so many different beings, even negative Syrians are doing someone. There's a list probably somewhere. And I heard like this prediction I did the other day. I'm not like married to it. We'll just see what happens. And then it's like a message through one of these chats. Like if I got a negative, like how do you know you're not being taken for a spin or whatever. It's like I'm just leaving it open, man. I'm not married to it. It's like, but I feel like a lot of reptilian energy from that. It's like I'm like bet my career on it or something. It's like okay, whatever, man. So it's the reptilians to figure out how to tap into them. It's been a while. And they are like the soldier. I mean, they're under some kind of control also. So there's military reptilian groups that are, it's their job to police us, and because we're all crazy here to some level. They show up every now and then. I mean, they are monitoring to some level, but whatever. So I connect to a more mutual connection for the Ryans and for the reptilian frequency. So that's right. So Priscilla's here. She just a little bit of a distance. And Fritzy, of course, is we all work for her anyway, right? She's a CEO. Just in the cat spa, the royalty race there. I almost ran over a rabbit. Two rabbits ran in front of me. Almost. Just like, hey, we're just playing with death. We're just. Just so. They got my attention. That's for sure. And of course, I released the rabbit video too. So, and the graphics, are kind of rough because it's still in its infancy, but whatever. It's it'll improve in age. So yeah, so I had some suicidal rabbits running from my car today. Jeez. And they just ran right in front of me, just right in front of me. It's like, jeez, it's like came pretty close to it. I just slowed down, but they were having fun though. I also had a dream of, just say a sign of things to come. This is connected to what I was picking up on. It's kind of like a great, yeah, kind of, yeah, I can say a witch type of frequency, but it's more for those that have not done anything with their, that are not really trying, that could evolve and stop themselves. They're not really trying. They're not doing anything. They're holding themselves back, like neglecting their talents. So those that are working on their intuition, all that, you have your pit, but at least you're working on it. At least you're doing, either doing something. And there's others, you'd be surprised, that are neglecting it, that can evolve. Like you have talents, we give you these talents, you're not doing anything. That's a lot of this, whatever that's coming in. Anyway, I saw a huge creature, and it made it yeah, it had like a sack with it, like a black sack, and it blew up. And I saw it didn't affect me, but affected others. And it's those that aren't doing anything with themselves. So we'll see. That's what this is all about. This is whatever is coming in. We'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, yeah, but those that, as long as you're doing something, you shouldn't be affected. But there are many that aren't doing anything. That could be, and they're just devolving instead. And I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. But it's kind of like a Grim Reaper energy, but it's not quite. I guess we'll find out soon enough. We're just getting started. It's been kind of a quiet day overall, actually, too. So, yeah. All right. I think I fixed the focus issue. Yeah, just keep changing things, and anyway, I think it's fixed. Whoever that was here messing around with stuff, imagine there's been some interference too, to some level. Just why not, right? Push away those that can't handle it. So, all right, I'm going to comment private sessions. Schedule. We're at a shop here. All right. Okay. Oops. All right. All right. Employee is sleeping on the job as usual. Yeah. Figures. That's Priscilla. She showed up for work at least. Showed up for work and she's there sleeping. Well, that's all that counts. All right. Getting technical, she's working, but it's not about. Okay, so we go into Orion timeline, energies, and then the Reptilian enforcers. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. So, all right, blessings. Greens, we have the Orions, the Council, from a neutral perspective. There are Orions that feel your world owes them for keeping, peace here, that you are still existing. Because you could have been wiped out many times in your past. That's one of the arguments of selfish Orion beings that feel as if they are doing you a favor, controlling your out of control society. Of course, you say they are very much involved with this out of control in this too, because they can go into the lower realms and cause chaos there, even work with the demonic beings to come to manipulate your reality. Like a cartoon, you can say. Well, there's probably a cartoon out there with that in some manner to control the people. Of course, not everybody here is going to awaken to you know what is happening here. Well, over time, you can get more visions of who's here. Some of you are already occurring, and that can also go deeper. Of it's the veil is thinning out to some level, not fully, but energetically, you can be given more, like just a vision. Basically, the visions become more. You're not even trying. You're not even looking for it. It just comes to you. Now you can call it manipulation if you want. Most likely it's not, but you have to go through what you need to go through. If you're not really, obviously, many here are not really well with themselves. Yes, those that make comments about is this trickster, well, a lot of them are not. Some are nowhere near clearing their frequency. Yes, connected to the drama timelines. They can't seem to let it go either. It's like fuel for chaos within themselves. And releasing that's not as easy as it sounds. Well, it's the programming that's here. And of course, many of you have been battling this planet many times. So, it's always going to be, you just have to know your truth. Let's put it that way. Do the best you can. Know your truth. Is it hurting anybody? Most likely not. For those of you that are balanced, I'd say you're perfect. No one ever is. But basically, where we're getting at is that, visions become just out of nowhere, become more clear if it needs to. Any alien race can connect to you now and give you a broadcasting message energetically, just like that. As some of you have experienced, but actually stronger. It's like having radio broadcasts. And you're just like, that's crazy how they just did that. You're kind of like a phone, like an answering machine, you can say. But that's just the only way they can communicate now until humanity becomes unfearful. Easier said than done. So, as many of you know, there are entities here that are playing with fire, making things worse here. And there's different ways of looking at that. Either partly it's helping souls evolve, like you have to, they can see your weaknesses, and then they actually, in some cases, it's there to help you. And there are other cases where there are beings here just torturing humans. And that's when you get to the angelic war. Sometimes it can drive people crazy mentally because the entities that are here. Yeah, it's a forest here. Well, it's all energetic, and many aren't really connected to their spirit. Obviously, it's been locked down. It's connected to the non-physical realm is not as easy as it sounds. It's the key to your survival, you could say, your next level, as more of acceptance of the non-physical, as becoming more stronger. Of course, many do protect yourselves so you don't get too ahead of yourself. Like, society is not nowhere near where some of you are. Like, some of you are 10, 20 years ahead of society right now. Society is still kind of in Stone Age. Yeah, it is. Some of it, not all. As well to the fear-based frequencies. Doesn't mean they're not intelligent, but just culturally, like, mindset is very Stone Age. Like, it's very old-fashioned. It's very locked into this simple programming, just survival state. So what you're here to do is to not easily, you're turning this is like a soup. You're making changes here. Your effect here. You might not feel like it's just that you're here. You are working energetically. You might be doing third dimensional. You might not feel like you're doing anything, but on an astral level, you feel like you're on the right track. That's all that really matters. Do what you can physically, of course, but do as you must physically. Whatever you feel your heart, is being drawn to. Yeah, doing something is very important. Yes, what's in your means, and just obviously, may want to do more, but just what is in your means. Where is coming through you? Can't. Obviously, you want to keep preaching that. You just figure it out. But there are others, yes, that are backtracking. They don't. afraid of themselves, afraid of vulnerability. Of course, the mind can play a lot of tricks. And what happens with those, they just don't want to evolve at all. Like they can be potentially evolve. Yeah, they get, you know, just swept. You know, it's kind of like you get pulled back in school, but sometimes even worse, depending on the situation. But doesn't mean you're cast off into the lower frequencies, but it's almost like some of them will be taken off planet at some point. It's like it's not working for them. Like they're dragging, like here, many of you are here to help society evolve, and there's others that are truly kind of sabotaging it because they're not, wanting to evolve. They're kind of like they're stuck, but it's affecting the flow. Think of it that way. Yeah. So what comes will come. So, greetings, we are Reptilian Council. We are neutral, yes. There are reptilian foot soldiers that are here. A lot of them are taken off of dwarf planets, orphan planets, just left to rot or die or wherever it is. And then you want to join our group in police worlds, you can say. And there's a lot of mind control set up to that also, but some of them can figure out, some can't. Some do have small minds, others are smart, but they go through traumas just like you. It's not exactly, but similar. And there are entities, like the Orions, take advantage of it. At least the negative Orions. The negative Orions are very much connected to the draconian frequency. That's to protect them from those that want to attack them. They use a lot of wizardry. That's the biggest spell magic. And they obviously keep themselves hid. But it helps create your reality to imprison the soul. Mm-hmm. So imprison, because if they can get you to continue to incarnate, now obviously reincarnate at your own free will. I know it sounds like, why would you do that? But many of you do reincarnate here willingly. If you're like, what was I thinking? But it's a lot of bravery, but to know more about yourself, just to you'd be surprised how you break out of your old ways. And then there are others that are stuck here. And the ones that are stuck here that keep coming back, that's the ones that the Orion groups that love them. The ones that are lost. It can suck their frequency like a vampire. And that's why the world is the way it is. It's like filled with fear. And that's what charges up the lower dimensions. So you can say with the Atlanteans, as they were starting to lose their power, they became very fearful. And they could not come out of it. Just like your society, it's hard to come out of that fear. It's like they're kind of stuck there. Not everybody, but there's majority are all these different, so many, there's like different, it's like ice cream shops, all these different versions of fear. It's like 101 flavors of fear. Actually, it's more than that. So reptilians have gone through something similar, not exactly. Those and the draconian beings, they just like exteriorly, on an exterior level, they're strong, and of course spiritually too. But the reptilian is like a shield of protection, so they can continue to control your reality, psychically see it. It doesn't mean that they have to be morally, and does it come back to them karmically? Not. Well, it can through their looks, through even their powers can be taken away. It's all there. Yeah, those that have abused their power, a lot of them do not exist anymore, at least in this reality. Like if you get energy hits, those beings just dissolve. That's the end of that. They're not coming back here or anywhere for that matter. So, and the physical realm is, like a pool. Like all these people are swimming in this nice pool. Supposedly it's nice. And, then it's like there's an energy of vulnerability there. It's like being in the shower. So you're in this pool swimming, trying to have, having fun and things like, and then there's entities that manipulate the frequency. and cause all kinds of mayhem there. So and that's why coming here is kind of a big deal. It's like, it's a video game, but worse. Well, it's not. It's fun. You're not walking around. Not that you need to go around zapping people. That's not obviously they're clearing out their aggression, all of that. And they might as well do it in a video game, and they'll probably go to that reality and clear that because that causes all issues too. If you're playing like a shooter game, it depends on what it is, but that can cause you more difficulties too. It's like you might see it as a video game, but in some regard, those are real entities. And it sounds like a program, but there is a reality stepped into that. So yeah, think of like we're going to take you to a whole another world. So like think like you're going through a lot of depression, all of that, then you start playing a shooter video game. And in some cases, like you're being manipulated, and the game actually goes into another reality that's real, and you're like an assassin or something like that. I know it sounds a little bit obviously for most games it's probably all right, but there are some cases where that's actually real. So I know some are like, what the? Well, as you evolve, not to hold in a panic energy there, just you gotta be yourself. You'd be surprised how many actually get possessed playing video games. And that's where it occurs. Those of you just playing just declare aggression. It's like if you feel like it's a game, it is a game then. No karma. But there's some cases where it can come to be a movie and not a very pleasant one. Well, be an eye opener. I don't think the game's yeah. So yeah, your incarnations. So you're there are beings here that are slowing things down. They're just easy to manipulate. Not just so you have an individual that's manipulated here by people in like their high school years. I just use that for example. And so now they're adults in their 20s or whatever, and then they have like energetic beings that are now bullies to them, and they fall for it again. They just don't. That's their self-love frequency is not there. Another ones that cause trouble here. So it's as you move forward, they go backward, and that can cause some energy, difficulties. They might not even be aware they can be spiritually evolved by the potential, but it's just the roller coaster of going nowhere. Some are kind of obsessed with that. All right, blessings.